It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we've got a beer from Brewdog and it's a collaboration with Kittens, a vegan sweet company. This is a raspberry and guava New England IPA coming in at 6% ABV in a 440 milliliter can. It's been out about a week or so. I've been kind of extremely busy going to beer festivals and whatnot for me to jump straight on this, but here we are a week later reviewing this beer, but make it gourmet is the tagline for this one. Without further ado, let's get the beer out into a glass and see what we get. But if this beer doesn't sound like it's for you, if you want to see a review of a Brewdog beer of old, then keep an eye on the channel in the next few days, because I was given by Brewdog a bottle of Dog H. This is a 2017 bottle of beer. We're currently 2022, so this is a 5-year-old 16.8% ABV 12th anniversary Imperial Stout. So if you remember Brewdog of old, if you want to remember Brewdog of old and maybe not remember Brewdog for where they are today, brewing beers like this, then look out for that beer. That beer, I can guarantee you it's going to be fantastic. I can guarantee it. Let's get this beer out into a glass, see what we get. Nice bit of smoke on the can opening. I picked this up in it was a new Sainsbury's beer. It was already reduced to £2, which is very interesting. £2 for this can of beer. It was reduced from £3 to £2 for a 6% ABV beer. A week after launch, just knocked £1 off it. 2-finger, slightly off-white pinky head, good levels of slow-moving carbonation. Yeah, it's got that kind of pink raspberry guava look to it, haven't it? New England IPA. I mean, it's not looking like a New England IPA because it's pink. It's a raspberry version of a New England IPA. It's nice and hazy though. Let's get the aroma. The aroma on this beer is just phenomenal. If we just stop and pause for a second, I picked up from Sainsbury's shelf, with my own hands, with my own money, a raspberry and guava New England IPA. I gotta put my feet and my eyes and my body in the eyes of the consumer. I gotta be that person standing in the aisle asking myself, do I like the sound of raspberries, guava in a New England IPA, which might be new to me? And if they're a younger type person, they might understand Kittens, this vegan sweet company. It's wafting raspberry at me. Wafting guava. It smells super fresh, super fruity. It smells terrific, to be honest with you. It smells incredible. Does it smell like a New England IPA? Does it have the aroma of a New England IPA? No, absolutely not. It's punching raspberries, punching guava. Let's dive in. Cheers, everybody. Wow. Wow. Woo! Have you ever sprayed hairspray in your mouth? Have you ever accidentally like when you're a teenage boy, you experiment with hair gels and hairsprays and matte clays I used to use and all these other weird and wacky things in my hair. But I went through a stage, I bought a can of hairspray to get my hair sticking up at the front, spiky. And you know, I sprayed hairspray in my eyes and my mouth. I've got that hairspray in my mouth taste and feeling, and it's horrible. It's horrible. The aroma is fabulous. It's incredible. It's wow. But to achieve that aroma, there's been an awful lot of artificial stuff that Brewdog have used here to get this beer to smell like it does. And it's really unfortunate because you're like, oh, this smells fantastic. And then you go, and it's shocking. It's absolutely shocking. It's like chemical, it's like, yeah, you sprayed your mouth with hairspray. Something that's used to harden your hair for maybe 10 hours in a day. It tastes like that. All of them chemicals to harden your hair. It tastes like this. They just fill this beer with hairspray. It's shocking. It's unbelievably shocking. It's unacceptable, really. I can see now, after a week, why this beer has been reduced down already to £2. I can imagine somebody saying, or picking up 4 of these, buying 1 and returning 3. Because if I bought 4 cans of this for £3 a can at the original price, you're talking 12 quid. You're talking 12 quid for even the non-educated beer drinker, the person who's not really interested in pulling flavours from craft beer. Just a normal guy who might have heard about Brewdog and he's willing to take a chance because his kid, son or daughter saying, oh, it's Candy Kittens, I know them, they're the sweet company, on Instagram or whatever. And the dad's gone, oh, all right, then we'll put 4 in the trolley. Well, the dad's gone back a few days later, or maybe even the next day, with a rotten hangover. He's holding his head and he's going, please take these beers back off me. Please take them away. There's something not quite right about it. It's a real shame. It's a real shame. I almost want to make a half-an-hour video here where I just instinctively go over to the Dog H and show you guys what Brewdog once were. The quality of Brewdog's beers even 5 years ago was far, far superior to what Brewdog are today. I'm not angry anymore. I've really gone past the point of being angry with Brewdog. They made an excuse a few years ago of not keeping their eyes on the ball, not keeping their hands on the steering wheel. That kind of sort of statement come out from them. But if they weren't keeping their eyes on the ball before, and if they weren't keeping their hands on the steering wheel before, then I'm afraid they've crashed. They took their hands off the wheel a long time ago when it comes to quality. This is by far the worst ever beer that Brewdog have produced. And I just don't think anybody cares anymore. I don't think the owners care. I don't think the shareholders care. I don't think past people who bought Brewdog beer and who don't buy it anymore, I don't think they care, or they certainly don't care because they don't buy their beer anymore. Nobody cares anymore. Nobody cares. That's my instinctive thoughts on tasting this beer is that whoever is product tasting these beers and says, yeah, that's all right, we'll sell that lot to Sainsbury's, we'll sell all that to Sainsbury's. Candy Kittens, yeah, we come up with a fab name for a beer that smells fantastic but tastes like hairspray. If this is the final nail in the coffin, I'll be very, very sad. I'll be very, very sad if this is the final nail in Brewdog's coffin. They've had a rotten 2022, they really have. I was at Brew London. Their stand was the quietest stand at the festival. Nobody really cared. They had a big double stand where they had a truck there, a beer truck, and they had a big double bar, and they had parasols, and they must have spent a fortune. But nobody went. Nobody really was at the Brewdog bar. People were just at every other bar Brewdogs, and it's sad, really. It really is sad that it's come to this. Will they go any lower though? I mean, will they go any... That's my question. I mean, I seen one of the owners. I didn't talk to him. I didn't feel like the need to go and chat with him at Brew London. One of the owners was at Brew London, and he was the bloke that made... He made the original Jaipur, and he made the original Punk IPA. I cannot believe that same person has opened a can of this after inventing such beautiful beers in Jaipur and Punk IPA. I cannot believe he's opened this and gone, Brewdog, what a great future we've got ahead of us. You know, what a fantastic future. You know, I'm really proud that we're producing beers like this. It's shocking, it's terrible. I've got no other words to say. I've got no other words to say, I really don't. I'm not going to drink anymore in fear of a headache. There's not even any description here. There's not any real description as to why this beer is called or collaborated with Candy Kittens. There's nothing. There's not even a description. The fact that after 1 week this beer being out, Sainsbury's have already reduced it by £1 from £3 to £2 says an awful lot about this beer. This is the worst beer that Brewdog have ever produced in their probably 15-16 year history. Sad times, really. Sad times from a once great brewer. If you've watched this and you feel like that you're not going to watch another Brewdog beer on the channel again, then just hold your horses for a second and just let me review this Dog H. Not now, but in another review. Let me show you what Brewdog once were. This is a 0. This is a 0. I've never fisted my camera before. I've gone as low as a 1, I've gone as low as a 2, I've gone as low as a 3. But I've never fisted my camera before and said 0. Not even raising a finger. Shocking. If you liked the video, please comment, please subscribe, give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom. Cheers.